2 laps to go. Catellus now extends the advantage, and Opachin's got a problem in the 25. I don't know if the right front's flat or what. Looks like the tires are up, but he's got something amiss. Garrett Opachin limping around the racetrack. That moves Ian Tomine, the 221, to second. Opachin will cross the speedway and will stay green with a lap to go. Gary trying to deal with some lap traffic will split them both, Barker and Puglisi. The race is for third, the 10 of Dan Duchardt and the 60 of Brian Hutchko. Gary Catellus gets another win, his 7th out of Stockdale in the Drew's Auto Service 1K. Ian Tomine second. Dan Duchardt wins that race for third. Brian Hutchko fourth, and Richie May. Stealing candy from a baby when you start up front like that, isn't it?
I pulled pill number 21 when I went over to see the lineup. I was like, wow, these guys are trying to give it to me.
So they all started behind you, but next week you have to start 12th. When you start up front like that, what do you do?
Well, I asked for a signal, but I can't see in the dark, so I had my dad use a light, and it never came on to the last lap, so I'm trying to drive my hardest, so it was fun.
People you want to thank?
I want to thank my dad, Craig, Pam, my wife, my family, and this race, goes out to the Flinner family.
All right, Gary. Hey, do one more thing. Pull one of these. I'm going to let you pull the invert for the modifieds. Davis, this is 8 laps, the Young Gun entry-level feature division. Feature events. Danny White in front. Nico DeBecco in the 22 second. Ricky Steigerwald gets the 4-car going, and we're still green. Now he stops, or does he? He's going. Slowly, but he's moving. Green is out. Danny White, your leader. Tyler Atkinson second. Nico DeBecco third. Then it's the 5 of Gombash and the P33 of Justin Pons. Danny White still in front, but not by much. Joey Gombash to the inside, Tyler Atkinson to the outside. Pair of 5s behind the 55. Atkinson trying to squeeze between White and the wall into turn 3. Halfway. This time Gombash squeezes between Atkinson and the wall going into turn 3. Joey Gombash the third in front. 5, 5, and 55. And the 22 of DeBecco and the P33 of Justin Pons. Danny White to the low side of Tyler Atkinson for second. 2 laps to go. Gombash was the apparent winner here on his first night, but was taken away in post-race inspection. He's bound and determined to get the Palazzo Auto Body, O'Neill Auto Service, Gombash towing Sunbird back into victory lane. Ricky Steigerwald has pitted in the 4 car. We have got a lap to go. Out of Claridge, Joe Gombash III picks up the heat race, or feature win, excuse me, in the Young Guns over Tyler Atkinson, Danny White, Nico DeBecco, and Justin Pons. The winner, Joey Gombash. Come on up here, Joey. Good job. Way to get back here.
Thanks.
That was quite a pass you made. How much room between the other car and the wall?
You probably slide this checkered flag through. That's about it.
You went for it, though.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about this car. Did you build it yourself?
No, I'm driving this for Frank. I don't know his last name, but.
It's an AK. You built it.
Yeah, he built it.
It's a wonder it's that fast if he built it. No, seriously. You raced here about a month. Did you race anywhere before that?
Yeah, Dog Hollow.
Did you? So you're experienced when you came down here.
A little bit.
This is a little faster than that?
Yeah. I don't go up there no more.
All right. People you want to thank?
My mom, Dad, Adam, Frank for letting me drive in the car, Trevor. That's about it.
Okay, Joey Gombash, your winner in the Young Guns Super Lates. 32 cars strong, ready to rock your world as they exit turn number 4, and the green is out. Down the back straightaway, Boom Briggs the leader into turn number 3, but Kyle Lucon to his inside in 4. Off of 4 they come. Lucon sideways. Briggs will lead it. Lucon second. But all third. Tony Mussolino 4th. Steve Baker runs 5th. Baker 5th. Mike Johnson and Keith Barber a battle for 6th. Problems off at turn 2. Problems off at turn 2. Caution is out. As is normally the case, the cars in the back of the field collected up. 17M Larry Marks has damage. He continues. 697 Dave Johnson. The 2M of Chuck Medved is back there. And the green is out again. Mike Johnson moves to 4th in the 2J. Briggs still your leader. Kyle Lucon putting the pressure on off of turn number 4. Tony Mussolino is 3rd. Steve Baker around the outside of Mark Bernal. Briggs leads. Mussolino to 2nd now. Baker to 4th, and Baker challenging Lucon for 3rd as they enter turn 3. The West Virginia Rim Rider pulls a slider, and he'll move up into 3rd. He's right up against the wall, though, as they race down the front chute. Lucon still 4th now. Johnson is 5th. Tony Mussolino to the outside takes the lead away from Boom Briggs down the back straightaway. And the Hayes Heating and Cooling, Oyster House 21. Briggs 2nd, Baker 3rd. We've got 6 laps complete, or 5 laps complete. Kyle Lucon into the back end of Steve Baker down the front. front straightaway and then tries a slider. Baker able to get back around him. Mike Johnson 5th. Tommy Beck is up to 6th. Baker slides up in front of Briggs for 2nd off of turn number 4. Lap traffic ahead for Tony Mussolino as he races off of turn number 4. 8 laps down. It's almost a straightaway lead over Steve Baker. Boom Briggs 4th is Kyle Lukon. Mike Johnson is 5th. Tommy Beck 6th. 7th is Alex Faree. Davey Johnson is up to 8th. Keith Barber is 9th. Alan Sala runs 10th. Nine down. Into turn 1. The race for 3rd, 4th, and 5th is heating up. Tommy Beck is on the march, folks. Tommy Beck in car 91 is into the top 5. Here they come. Look at this battle for 2nd off or 3rd off of turn 4. Briggs, Lukon, and Beck into turn number 1. Beck down on the rail. Tommy Beck in the 91 car trying to move into 3rd and does so down the back chute. Lukon is 4th now. Briggs is 5th. Then it's Johnson, and Faree all running together off of turn number 4. Davey J is on the move. Davey Johnson now on the 1J down on the low side has his car up into 5th. He started 15th. Tommy Beck started 13th. They're both into the top 5. Steve Baker closing in on Tony Mussolino, the race leader. Beck is 3rd. Kyle Lukon 4th. Davey Johnson 5th. Alex Faree is 6th. Mike Johnson 7th. Well, he and Boom Briggs. Briggs 7th. Johnson 8th. Atala 9th. And Keith Barber is 10th. Mussolino in thick traffic in turn 1. Lynn Geisler slows on the back straightaway in the Cochran Automotive 1C. He is trying to get that car to the pits down the back chute. Mussolino working traffic here, trying to lap Lou Bradish in the 09. Into turn 1 on the outside. Baker now within striking distance. Beck 3rd. Lukon still 4th, and Davey Johnson 5th. Alex Faree is up to 6th. Mike Johnson 7th. Atala is 8th. Briggs is back to 9th. Barber is still 10th. And Jared Miley. Oh, problems for your leader, Tony Mussolino, into the wall. Problems for your leader, Tony Mussolino. Mussolino, your leader, trying to lap cars, got together on the front straightaway and up into the wall, and that will give the lead to Steve Baker in car 0. But keep your eye on 2 guys who have been on the move big time. 91, Tommy Beck will now be 2nd, and Davey Johnson in the 1J 4th. Baker and Beck bring the field off at turn number 4. It's Baker's race to start. He goes and we go. The green is out. Beck slips on the start, and Johnson will go to 2nd. Tommy Beck did not get a good start at all in the 91 car. Alex Faree sideways and spins out, collecting some others in the process. Hard into the wall up in turn 2. Alex Faree lost the handle in turn 1, and a bunch of cars got collected up in that. Faree went around, didn't see quite how. Banal over there in the T8, the 6 of Lepro, the 17 of Marks, the 93 of Marietta, the 697 of Johnson, the 2M of Medved, the B1 of Brandon Waring, and the 21 of Leo Stadelman. Better start for Beck this time. He'll be right with Baker into 1, and there's Johnson on the outside. Oh, hard contact. Kyle Lukon up across the racetrack into Keith Barbara. Alex Faree gets caught up, and we got another bad wreck. Another bad wreck. Restarts, double file restarts, and sometimes cautions breed cautions. Kyle Lukon, Keith Barbara, Alex Faree, awfully hard contact. Some of the other cars down there, you've got Chuck Medved, Larry Marks, Bobby Marietta, Brandon Waring again. I think Lou Bradish is over there. And the green waves again. Baker leads. Brothers Johnson trying to move to second and third. Beck is in the middle of that, all down the back straightaway. Mike into second. Davey hurries into third. Beck is fourth into three. Off of four, it's Baker, your leader. Johnson, Johnson, and Beck. Awatella fifth. Jared Miley, who restarted at about 10th, is now sixth. Or maybe it was eighth that Miley restarted. Davey now trying to move under Mike for second in turn four. Baker on in front of the juice. Remember the battle these two had in the Pittsburgher last year down to the finish. Baker and Johnson came across side by side in the checkered flag last year in the Pittsburgher. We are past halfway, 14 laps to go. Tommy Beck trying to take third away from Mike Johnson. Awatella still fifth. Jared Miley sixth. Boom Briggs and Brandon Ragoon run seventh and eighth. Baker into one on the top of the racetrack where he likes to be. Awatella now right in the mix with Beck and Miley. They're all together. They're a good race for third, fourth, fifth, and sixth in turn three. Mike Johnson, Tommy Beck, Awatella, and Jared Miley as your front two who pulled away. Steve Baker and Davey Johnson. Down the back straightaway, the distance between them about the same. Baker will clutch to the back of the field here in another lap or so. He'll have some negotiating to do with 11 laps to the checkered flag. Davey J has a knack for making things interesting at the finish, as we saw the Pittsburgher a year ago. Ten laps to go, 10 to go. Baker around the 93 of Bobby Marietta to lap him. More traffic ahead as he heads down the back straight into turn number three. Johnson still second. Johnson third. Beck fourth. Jared Miley now up to fifth. He started this race in 17th. So three of your top five started way back there. Davey Johnson, Tommy Beck, and Jared Miley. Miley to fourth now as Davey J closes in just a little more on Steve Baker. And the traffic is getting thicker as your leaders come off of turn number four. Down the front chute into turn number one. Baker goes to the outside of the Chester Charger, Lou Bradish. Davey J trying to stay right with him as they head down the back chute. Mike Johnson third, Jared Miley on his heels in fourth, and Tommy Beck runs fifth. Baker hits the wall. You can see the sparks fly. He caught the wall that time up in turn number four, and now he'll pull a slider into one. Baker up the banking. He got the wall again. The West Virginia Rim Rider has caught the wall in both ends of the racetrack. Did he damage the race car? That's what remains to be seen. Johnson splits a couple of lap cars. Here they come off of four. 6 to go. Baker and Johnson into turn number one. Off of two, it's still Baker. Johnson closing just a bit again. Jared Miley now to third. Jared Miley to third from 17th. Off of four, Baker's car getting looser and looser, and Johnson is right there with 5 to go into turn number one. Johnson pulls alongside of Baker in turn two. Down the back straightaway, Baker may have a tire going flat. Johnson's leading, and Jared Miley is catching them both. Jared Miley is running down both of the front two cars. 4 laps to go. Mike Johnson fourth, Tommy Beck fifth. Awatella is sixth. It's still Davey Johnson, Steve Baker, and Jared Miley. Jared Miley is closing in a hurry in the Calusi Chevy H1. Baker goes to the bottom. Johnson up high off of 4. It's Johnson, Baker, and Miley with 3 to go. Into 1 and 2. Johnson now separating himself from Baker and Miley down the back straightaway. Baker into 3. Here comes Miley to the bottom. For second off of turn number 4, it's Davy J out in front. Miley ahead of Baker as they head into 1 for second. Jared climbs the banking. He's got second. He's a half a straightaway behind your leader, Davy Johnson. Off of turn number 4, Johnson trying to lap Alex Ferree. 1 lap to go into 1. Now the back chute. The Johnson Tankerman 1J. New car as he comes off of turn number 4. Checkered flag is out for Davy Johnson. Jared Miley second. Steve Baker third. Fourth will go to Al Atala. Fifth to Tommy Beck. He gets the potato chips and a Pizza Hut. You got a Pizza Hut pizza and a bottle of champagne and a pain and a bag of potato chips. What more do you want?
And last time I did that, it hurt my head, Dow.
Got to feel back to good. First, feel good to get back in a race car.
It sure does. You know, I was going crazy there for quite a while. Had things going there at my brother's shop there before I got hurt, and I just got back here this week, and I think he fared pretty well too. You know, he ran good in the heat and good also. Feel pretty good about it.
When you start 15th, did you feel like you had a chance?
In the heat race, the car wasn't just what I needed, but you know, I've been here enough times that it didn't take long to dial we're in.
It looked like the track was outstanding for the feature. You guys were everywhere.
Yeah, it was good. You know, once that top got away, you know, just like Pittsburgh, then you can run all over. You know, if you got that top groove, it's pretty much one lane. But as soon as that went away, we started trucking.
Not bad for an old man.
Nah, not too bad.
All right, well, now you get to pull one of these 3, whether you're going to start 10th, 12th, or 14th. 10th is the best. We're going to make you work. You thought you were going to have it easy.
That doesn't seem really fair, Dow.
Come on, pull that 14. It's top secret, man. This is like the Academy Awards.
14th, of course.
14th! The Juice will start 14th in the second one. Congratulations. Off of 4 we go. The green is out. Rocky Kugel has the lead in turns 3 and 4. Michael Reft running second. Danny Karoligas is third. Laura Lucon, Josh Oldcraver, and Bo Glemba are next. Big lead for Rocky Kugel. The Paper Services Outlaws Rock Band number 7. Reft, the McGurvey Electric 9 second. Karoligas still third in the 1. Oldcraver still fourth in the D&T Auto Body 00, and Laura Lucon fifth. Bo Glemba sixth. Then it's Dennis Niederreiter, Mark Motes, Tommy Schernhofer, and Jason Ryder and Cal Lucon. 99 car of Glemba up on the wall, still on the wall, and now down. The caution is out. The Glemba Asphalt 99G of Bo Glemba went for a long ride on the outside retaining wall. He caught it over by the water tanker truck there in turn just in the entrance to turn 4 and was still on it until he came off the corner. He'll be headed pit side, probably with the aid of a wrecker. Bo, another driver that started his racing career on the asphalt, and this is his second season here at Pittsburgh on the dirt, and was able to pick up a feature win earlier this season. The 8, he'll restart 8th. Last week's winner, Jason Ryder, is 9th, and then Kyle Lucan in the 1. And we're back racing. Holtgraver to 3rd. Tommy Schernhofer making progress as he tries to break into the top 5 in the number 8. He's got Dennis Niederreiter to his outside. Niederreiter backs out. Kyle Lucan gets into the back of him. We're still racing. Kugel leads over Reft, Holtgraver, and Karalegis. Michael Reft was right on the heels of Kugel in the middle of 3 and 4, but Rocky pulls him down the front stretch off the 4th corner. Reft again closing in now in turn 4. Car into the wall in turn 3. Car into the wall in turn 3, and a car into the wall in turn 1. 3rd place car of Josh Holtgraver, who runs right up against her. He got into the wall after the caution came out. The D&T Auto Body 00 up in turn 2. The caution was for the Terry Kerr, number 39, up in turn 3. She has taken the outside again. A dozen laps to the finish of this one. And the green is back out, or is it? No. Caution is out. Caution is out. Race director Rich Berry telling the drivers the caution is out. Looks good right now. And it'll be good start. The green is out. Contact, the 9 and the 8. And Tommy Schernhofer ends up in the wall. Oh boy. Hopefully this won't be a repeat of the super late model feature. Once we had one caution, we couldn't get back going. Wreck after wreck after wreck. Good start. And woo, Danny Karalegis with a handful in the 1 car. He gathers it back up. Dennis Niederreiter up into 3rd now in the 09. Kugel leads. Reft is 2nd. Halfway, 10 to go. Right there in turn 4 is where Michael Reft seems to be able to close in, but Kugel's running a steady, smooth line. Pushing a bit, getting into the turn though. He had to get out of the gas going in, and now Michael Reft pulls even down the back straightaway for the lead into turn number 3. Reft, who won his first a couple of weeks ago, to the inside of Kugel and makes the pass for the lead. Coming down the front straightaway. Kugel now will try to turn the favor into 1. He goes in hard on the bottom. But it'll be reffed in front of the McGurvey Electric number 9. John Kane off the pace in car 25, trying to get to the pit area. He will do so down the back straightaway. 7 laps to go, 7 to go. Dennis Niederreiter third, Danny Kirilegas fourth, Kyle Lucan is fifth, and it's Tommy Dembowski and Jason Ryder. Ryder sixth, Dembowski seventh, Laura Lucan eighth, Mark Moats Jr. ninth, and Scott Shemp is 10th. Five laps to go, 5 to go. Good race for third, fourth, and fifth. Niederreiter, Kirilegas, and Lucan. Lucan now to the outside of Kirilegas, up in the Baker zone. Into one, he's up there again. Michael Reff pushing up the racetrack, bad in turn 4, has scrubbed off a lot of speed, but still well in front. 3 laps to go. Sixth place car of Jason Ryder is moving on. He's catching up to the 5th, 4th, and 3rd place cars in a hurry. Just 2 laps to go, 2 to go. Lucan now to the inside of Kirilegas off of turn 4. The McGurvey Electric. Bobby's Lounge, Stewart Equipment Service, number 9 on its final lap. Won his first just 2 weeks ago at age 15. Can't even drive the truck home tonight. Oh, not over yet, not over yet. They got caution on the Speedway. Caution on the Speedway. Here they come into turn number 4. Reft goes and the green is out. Into 1, Kugel going to try to power slide. Can't make it. It's still Reft, Kugel. Lucan down on the inside alongside of Niederreiter for 3rd. Kirilegas goes to the outside of that threesome. White flag waving, 1 more lap. Lucan up to 4th. Jason Ryder now on the outside of the 2J, moving to 5th. And off of 4, checkered flag is out this time for Michael Reft. Reft wins it, Kugel 2nd. Niederreiter 3rd, Lucan 4th, and Ryder 5th. A couple of weeks, didn't wait long to get back here.
Yeah, it didn't take too long.
Car looked again like they did that week. Very good on the bottom.
Yeah, but today it was up top.
Sort of, but not as high as a lot of those guys were going. You really drive it in hard. Was it tight?
Yeah, it was pushing a lot.
People you want to thank?
McGurvey Electric, my dad especially, Tim College, Ref Leasing, Mike Beatty, and I really want to dedicate this win to the Flinders.
All right, very good, Michael. Michael Reft, your winner in the Brockers Machine Shop Pro Lates. 15-lap feature. And the green is out. Pat Weldon from the pole. Amaker 2nd. Carbo right now in 3rd in the 54. And the 10 of Kachuba, Catellus in the 64, and Simmons in the 68X. The Al's Cafe 45 of Pat Weldon. Carbone the 54, close to the wall, saves it. Still running up in third. Nick Kachuba now on the 10. Alongside a Carbo for third. Simmons in the 68 is right there in fifth. Still the 45 car. Pat Weldon, the Al's Cafe Weldon Automotive Monte Carlo. And a big lead. The race still for third, fourth, and fifth. Carbo, Kachuba, and Simmons. Over in turns 3 and 4. Kamaker by himself in second. Kachuba will be scored in third that lap again. Carbo fourth. Now he's got Jake the Snake alongside in the 68X. And Simmons trying to move all the way from fifth to third. Into the wall, car 27W, Steve Webb. Caution out. Steve Webb in car 27W up atop of turn number 4, the Performance Auto Machine. Johnson Auto Service, Chevy. The master of the restart, Pat Weldon, the 45 car. Takes off again. Jake Simmons on the very top of the 68X trying to move into second, and he's got it down the back straightaway. Kamaker is now third. Kachuba and Craig Catellus will to will with Kamaker 3 wide for third over there in turn 4. Craig Catellus into fourth, Nick Kachuba back to fifth, and it's Danny the Danimal Rich in the 67 axle, and Pat Hanley racing for sixth. Rich started way at the back with Bob Schwartzmiller in the 28S. Halfway, 7 to go. Kamaker in the 9 almost got the wall in turn 1. He'll lose a spot. 64 Craig Catellus now to third. The Danimal, Danny Rich, trying to move into the top 5. Jake Simmons has caught up with race leader Pat Weldon for the lead in turn 3. Weldon trying to stay in front of Jake the Snake. In 4. Pat Weldon being pressured pretty hard by Jake Simmons. Simmons won his 4th last week. Weldon has won 3 times in the 45. And they're going to battle it out here tonight. Even up in turn 4. 4 laps to go. Weldon with just enough coming off that 4th corner to maintain the advantage. But right here in 1 and 2, Simmons back on the attack. Danny Rich from the back to 4th down the 67X, and Bob Schwartzmiller's come from the back to 5th in the 28S. Weldon bouncing up the track a bit in 3, got the whoop-de-doops, and Simmons goes by. Jake the Snake trying to make it 2 in a row. He'll move up Good race for third now off of 4. 2 to go. White flag waving. Jake the Snake Simmons, the more concrete Simmons window cleaning 68X. Will be his 5th of the season to give him sole possession of second place all time in Sportsman Pure Stock wins. Jake the Snake wins it. Pat Weldon second. Craig Kitselis third, Danny Rich fourth, and Bob Schwartzmiller fifth. Slow pace here being set by the front row. Mel Minnick, Bob close, hit the gas pedal and we're racing. Down the back straightaway. It's Minnick from the pole, your leader. Off of turn number 4. Raybergen close and Miley close into turn 1. Minnick in front of Raybergen. Miley to third. Bob close back to fourth. And it's Steffens and Burgoon, and Baker's already come forward in a hurry in the 0 car. Red Miley also moving forward in the H1. Out in front, Mel Minnick Jr., but he's got Brent Raybergen to his inside. And then it's Ben Miley and Brandon Burgoon now. Those are your top 4. Steffens is 5th, and Baker. Baker to the outside of Steffens, down the back straightaway for 5th. For the lead in turn 4, it's still Mel Minnick Jr. hugging the rail. Here comes Ben Miley to the outside of Brent Raybergen for 2nd. Brandon Burgoon now to 3rd. Minnick opens up some daylight. Miley and Burgoon, Raybergen and Baker, your top 5 into 1 and 2. Baker now to the outside of Raybergen, has to burp the gas going into 3. Here comes Jared Miley in a 3-wide battle with Tommy Beck and Jim Steffens. Mel Minnick Jr. still your leader over Ben Miley, Brandon Burgoon. Raybergen, Steve Baker now trying to squeeze between Raybergen and the wall. And turn 3, caution is out. Oh, we got a car over in turn 4 just as things were heating up. Kaufman, one of the back markers again, bringing out the caution in the 01 car. Mel Minnick Jr. leader was 6 laps down. Ben Miley will restart 2nd. Brandon Burgoon 3rd. 07R, Brent Raybergen 4th. Steve Baker 5th. Minnick likes to keep them slow. Here he goes. Green is out. Down the back straightaway. Raybergen to 2nd. Burgoon is 3rd. He's on the top side. Here comes Baker way up high. They're 4 wide in turn 4. Down the front straightaway. Look out, baby! Into 1. Man alive, they've made it. Baker to 3rd. Burgoon is your new leader. Beck squeezes him on the outside. He's trying to get to fourth. The Mileys, Jared and Ben, wheel to wheel. Beck above them, off of turn 4. It's Burgoon, Minnick, Baker, Beck, Miley, Raybergen, and Talon Stephens. Baker now to second, Beck to fourth. Jared Miley is fifth. Ben runs sixth, and Alan Sala, Jimmy Steffens, Brent Raybergen, and Atala off the wall. The 02 car scrapes the wall. Burgoon in front. Baker is second. Into the pits, the 697 of Dave Johnson. Jared Miley works to the inside of Tommy Beck for third. Can't make it past down the back chute. Minnick still fifth. Ben Miley sixth. 11 down, 20 to go. 20 laps remaining. Jared Miley again to the low side of Tommy Beck. He'll slide up ahead of him in turn number 2. Problems with the 02 car of Alan Sala on the back straightaway. Sala in the 02, he got the wall a couple of laps earlier, and he's off the pace on the inside of turns 3 and 4. Brandon Burgoon maintains the advantage over Steve Baker, Jared Miley, Tommy Beck, and Ben Miley. And it's Minnick, Steffens, and Dave Johnson. And Sala Pitts closing in on the halfway mark. A few laps from halfway. Jared Miley closing in on Steve Baker, who runs second. Baker trying to run down your leader, Brandon Burgoon. Not much traffic yet for the race leader as they enter turn 4. Dave Johnson to the outside of Mel Minnick. Johnson now up into the 6th spot in car 1J. Baker and Miley making a little bit of ground on Burgoon. Not a whole lot. That could change here. Miley goes to the inside of Baker for second in turn 4. And now Burgoon with traffic to contend with as he heads into turn 1. Miley right in the middle of the racetrack challenging Baker for second, off at 2 down the back straightaway. Halfway, we're halfway. Miley with a slider in 3 and 4. He'll pull up in front of Baker for second. The Calusi Chevy H1. Burgoon's lead is shrinking now. Jared Miley making progress. He's up against the wall in 4 to scrape off some of that speed. Burgoon into 1. Your front 4 cars on the same straightaway. Ben Miley still 5th. Dave Johnson is 6th. Caution is out. Caution is out over in turn 2. Jimmy Steffens in the 38 car in the 75 of Mel Minnick Jr. Jim Steffens in the 38 and Mel Minnick Jr. in the 75 off of turn 2 there together. One on the inside, one on the outside. Two-time defending champion Jared Miley putting the pressure on current points leader Brandon Burgoon here as we get set to refire. We do. The green is out. Green is out. Miley's going to go for the slide into 1 and 2. Burgoon has him on the outside. Back around Baker for third. Johnson around Miley for 5th. In 4, it's still double B. Brandon Burgoon by a couple of car lengths. Johnson out of the inside of Baker trying to move to 4th. Burgoon by just a car length down the back straightaway. Baker back to 5th. Johnson has moved to 4th. He'll try to dive to the inside of Beck. Baker goes to the inside of Johnson. Miley goes for the lead in turn 4. Same place where he passed Baker, and he's got it. Johnson now up to 3rd in the 1J. Ten laps to go. Davies starting to close in on Brandon Burgoon for 2nd. Baker trying to challenge Beck for 4th. Jared Miley leaving him behind. He's got a straightaway lead. Ben Miley off the pace in car 99. Ben Miley headed to the infield in car 99. For 2nd in turn 4. Here comes the juice. Baker meantime with a slider on Beck. Beck hits him back down the front chute. Davey to 2nd in the 1J. Six laps to go, 6 to go. Jared Miley by a straightaway. Z and Davey J may split tonight's F2 Shockwave Twin 30s, each with a 1st and a 2nd if things stay the way they are right now. Mike Johnson has moved to 6th. John Volek is 7th. Brent Rayberg in 8th. Boom Briggs 9th, and Alex Free is 10th. Jared Miley, your leader, climbing the ladder in turn 4. Lapping a couple of cars. He continues to pour it on. 4 laps from the checkered flag. Brandon Burgoon's car getting really tight in the middle of the corners. He's 3rd, and Beck and Baker may be closing a bit there. Just 2 more laps to go. 3 laps to go, excuse me. 3 to go. Miley lapping some more cars off of turn 2. Now the back straightaway coming for the white flag, the Calusi Chevy H1 of Jared Miley for his looking for a $2,500 payday. He's got 2 cars in front of him here, and he will split the seam down the back chute. He was 2nd in round 1. He'll do 1 better in round 2. Jared Miley will get the win. Davey Johnson will come home 2nd, a reverse of the first race. Brandon Burgoon 3rd, Tommy Beck 4th, and Steve Baker 5th. All kind of aliens, a little champagne. Hey, you know, you and Davey had your work cut out. You got to the first in the second one. He got to the first in the first one, and fun. It has to be a fun night of racing for you all.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. You get to go out there and run 2 features, especially when your car's good. It's not that much fun when your car's not good, but when it's good, it's fun.
You were so strong in the middle of 3 and 4.
Yeah, my brother was just telling me I was better on the bottom, so I don't know. The car felt pretty good everywhere.
I mean, in the middle of the corners, that's where you pass Steve. That's where you pass me. Just like you could just take off.
Yeah, I could drive in real hard and kind of keep it where I put it when I went in. So the car was real good tonight.
You feel like with 2 laps extra in the first one, you might have had a chance in that one.
Yeah, I do. I mean, we caught them top 2 guys pretty quick there, and I think maybe a couple more laps. I mean, Davey's a good racer, but he'd have been tough to pass. But I at least could have got a little closer.
First win for UFO and ULMS. You take care of 2 in one night.
Yeah, it feels pretty good. We knocked off an All-Stars there earlier this year, and now we got 2 in one night here. It's pretty cool. I'd like to dedicate this one to John and his family. If he'd have been here, he'd have been a contender for this. And, I couldn't imagine what he's going through right now.
Congratulations, Jared. Job well done. Your winner of the second half, Jared Miley. 12-lap feature, the final race of the night. Charge and Chuck Kennedy out in front. Bamich Ryder second, Kerry Gasser is third. J.E. Stalter up to fourth in the 17 J.E. Battle for the lead in turn 4. Kennedy up top. Bamich Ryder down low, and right behind them the 0K of Kerry Gasser. Bamich Ryder's got the advantage now into 3. He's working that magic on the inside lane. Kerry Gasser now trying to duck under Chuck Kennedy for second. Bamich Ryder fourth. Decine is fifth. Charlier still back in about 7th in car 12. Chuck Kennedy going to try the low side. Spinner in turn 3, car 77. Sean Graham, car 77. Sean Graham in the middle of 3 and 4 with 5 laps down and 7 to go. Down 7 to go. J.J. Bamich Ryder on the low side, and he'll stay there for this restart. We've got a little bump drafting going on down the front chute to help the leaders get into that first turn. Spin the 10, 71, 4M all together. Chris Bassich made it through, but he may have damage in the 71C. Green is back out. J.E. Stalter, the Martins Ferry Madman, into second. And here comes the Midway Missile. He was trying the low side. He's up top where he's more at home, and he'll still be 5th off of turn 4. Kerry Gasser 3rd. Stalter goes up high, almost spun the car, comes down low. He's still 2nd. Then it's Gasser, Kennedy, and Charlier. We are past halfway, 5 to go for J.J. Bamich Ryder in the Stushes Automotive 74. Car in the wall. It's the 9 of Clayton Kennedy. The Mars Lane Bauer Machining number 9. Kosminski Auto Body 9 of Clayton Kennedy up in the wall in turn 4. Green is out. Things pretty much status quo for the time being. Stalter now with a better run through 3 and 4, but down off the bottom of 4 right there. Bamich Rider forward bites and keeps him out in front. Gary Gasser still third. Charlier is now fourth. Tassine challenging Chuck Kennedy for fifth as Stalter pulls even with Bamich Rider into 3 and 4. He's running a much longer path around the Monster half mile. Bamich Rider, though, slipped a little bit on the bottom of 1. It's closer than it's been down the back chute. One lap to go. J.J. Bamich Rider by 2 car lengths over J.E. Stalter and then Kerry Gasser. Wayne Tassine trying to charge his way back up into the top 4. Off of 2, Stalter all of a sudden in front into 3. Watch turn 4. That is where Bamich Rider has been the quickest. And he's going to spin. Stalter spins. The winner is Bamich Rider, Gasser, Tassine, Charlier, and company. Win.
Hopefully me.
He really got a good run on that last lap. You had pretty much controlled things until that point.
Well, it was pretty slick just about everywhere you went, and sometimes I'd break it loose and sometimes he would. So
it was going to be interesting.
Oh, yeah. I knew it was going to be close, but I didn't know he was going to lose it on coming out of 4.
When you saw him go around, what'd you think?
Thank God.
People you want to thank?
Obviously, Stush's Automotive, B&W Insurance, Ferrari's Catering and Pizza, Auditorium, and I don't want to forget my crew chief, John Adams, and my engine man, Chuck Howdensheld. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, J.J. Bamich Rider, your winner tonight in the Miley Truck Rental UMP Modifieds.